Hey y'all, it's Siobhan Muir. How y'all doing? Okay, so today I thought we would do a short video on how to make a drop lamp. See this thing right here, this drop lamp? It's basically like a chandelier that hangs from the top of a building, whatever building you're making. So I thought I would do that today. And so what you're going to need is you're going to need 5 equal lengths of wire, and what you're going to do start with is to fold it over the big bead. They give you a big bead to do this, and so I'm just gonna wing it here. And what it says is you want to kind of wrap it completely around. So hopefully this is the right length. Wrap it completely around the bead. So we're going to do wrapping of this. Actually, I want to use a tool for this. Wrapping the wires completely around this central post. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap those around. You don't need to see me do it. I'll wrap it around and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. So what I did is I take the wires, and you can kind of see here, I wrapped them around the edge of the black bead in the center. That's going to be your hub of your lamp. And so what it kind of ends up looking like a a hub of candy canes if they were black. Eventually what you're going to do is make this look a little bit like a spider, so it's kind of funky. But you want to spread them all out, and then you're going to curl them up like they're reaching for the sky, kind of like that. So we'll go around and just curl them up. And you want them to be more or less the same curl, because it's going to end up looking like I said, a kind of a chandelier lamp when you're all said and done. So you end up with this almost octopus looking thing. At the beginning of this, it's going to kind of spin around, but once you put all the pieces together, it should hold it pretty steady. So the next thing you'll do is you're going to want to put the LED thing in the center, the wires. So I'm just going to feed that down through here. Get it all down in there. Oops. Actually, I want to feed it up through here. Remember to go the right direction, because you want the lamp to be on the bottom of or the light source to be on the bottom of your lamp. So you're going to pull that through until it's down here like that. You don't want to lose your little spider dudes. They want to stay in around the outside. All right. If I can get this to do. Make sure they're kind of straight too, because sometimes the thing will want to curl opposite its original grip on things. All right. So, and I'll be back when I have it where I want it to be. Okay, so what I ended up doing is I ended up fitting the wire in and then gluing it down so they kind of more or less stayed where I want them. All right. So it looks kind of like a spider, and it's glued down. Then what you do is you add this rather teardrop shaped bead to the electrical wire. You feed this thing right through the bead holes, and it slides all the way down, and you kind of glue it down so you get this pendant type look to it, right? And because I put the glue in to make the spider bits stay where I want them to, it helps glue that down into the so it looks like a pendant. All right, and then on top of that you add one of these, like I think of them as little top hat beads, and you put it on upside down. And so I'm going to put just a hint of glue on. No, I'm not going to do that because it won't slide very well. So I will feed this through, So you end up with the lamp looking like this. Now, I think I will end up gluing it so it doesn't rattle around up there, but this gives you the general look of the pendant light. Okay, and I'm going to set that aside so it glues where I want it to. All right, and so we'll set it over there. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do to build this lamp is you need to put the pendant or the lamp bits on the ends of these spider things. So you need a round black bead, like that, round black bead, one of the top hat things that you're going to glue to the bead, and then one of these pearls that make the light bulbs. Do you see? So you'll need those 3 things, and you're going to do 5 of these. So I will glue this together and I will show you what they look like. Okay, I just glued all of the different beads together so you can see this becomes the pendant lights, and this is how they should turn out. And you can see all the others that I put together. Boy, I'll tell you what, these really shiny plastic bits are very hard to glue together. It was a pain in the butt. But look how cool they turned out. Yeah, there's glue everywhere. They're rolling. Oh my goodness. So it took me a fair amount of effort to get these to work together. So here's what I've got for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fit these things on the spider and glue them down. So it should, if you did these right, fit onto these wires just like that. And some of these are still wet, so I don't really want to grab the dry ones, you know. Put this on here like that. Look how cool they turned out. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them all together, and then we'll see what they look like. Okay, so here's what it looks like when you put it all together, and all the lamps stick on the ends of those wires, and then it's like I said, it's a drop down, almost like a chandelier. If you have trouble gluing these things together, don't worry, I did too. The glue stuck to my fingers and not to the plastic, and then it didn't look the way I wanted it to do. But the last thing you have to do is glue this flower petal looking plastic thing on the LED at the bottom. And you might actually have to position it a little bit because of the wires, which like that. But in the end, it will look really, really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of glue and put it on the end of this LED light bit right there. Close the glue. Don't forget to close the glue. If you do that, it won't dry out. And then I'm going to place this where the wires go in between the petals. And I'm going to glue it to the end of that LED bulb like that. And I'm going to set it down so that it'll, let it dry. And you should have a pendant light. Move it so you can see it. There you go. So that's what it should look like. I'll give it a few minutes and you can see what it's done when it's done. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Do you see? You get the bead on the bottom that's glued to the LED, and then you get the individual lights and the teardrop pendant at the top. So that's what it should look like. Now, when you finally affix it to the top of the room, it will, of course, you know, you can balance everything and stuff like that. But there it is. There's the drop light. I'll show later where I fix it to the roof. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed my little drop light instructional video, and I will see you next time. So thanks a lot. Bye-bye.